Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to ESPN Radio for today's College World Series finals game between the visiting Arkansas Razorbacks and Oregon State Beavers. This is game one of a best-of-3 series. I'm James Puglisi, and we are at TD Ameritrade Park in downtown Omaha, Nebraska. Right now, the umpires are going over ground rules, and the managers are exchanging lineups. So let's go over today's starting lineups for both teams. We'll start with the Arkansas Razorbacks, who will be playing as the visiting team today. Leading off is the right fielder Eric Cole. His batting second is third baseman Casey Martin. Left fielder Heston Kjerstad will bat third. Batting cleanup is the designated hitter Luke Bonfield. Center fielder Dominic Fletcher bats fifth. Second baseman Carson Shaddy bats sixth. And the batting seventh is the first baseman Jared Gates. The catcher, Grant Koch, will bat eighth, and rounding out the starting lineup for the Arkansas Razorbacks is shortstop Jax Biggers. The starting pitcher for the Razorbacks is Blaine Knight, and we'll have more information on him in the bottom of the first. Now for the Oregon State Beavers, leading off is the center fielder Stephen Kwan. Shortstop Caden Grainer bats second. Second baseman Nick Madrigal bats third. Batting cleanup will be the right fielder Trevor Larnach. The switch-hitting catcher Adley Rutzman bats fifth. Batting sixth is the designated hitter Tyler Malone. Third baseman Michael Gretler bats seventh. Batting eighth is the left fielder Kyle Novak, and rounding out the lineup batting ninth for the Beavers is first baseman Zach Taylor. The starting pitcher for the Beavers is Luke Heimlich. Right now the Beavers are getting ready to start playing, and Heimlich is done with his warm-up tosses. Really quickly, let's give you the umpiring crew. At first base is Alex Williams. At second base is Buck Martinez. At third base is Bobby Jones. And calling balls and strikes is Joe West behind the plate. We're ready to go for the first game of this best-of-3 series. Heimlich is ready to go, and Eric Cole, the right fielder, will step up to the plate. Here's the first pitch on the way, and it's swung on and missed, and we are underway. Big swing by Eric Cole to start off the game. No balls and one strike. You think there's a little bit of adrenaline rush in this game to start? I should say so with these kids. Heimlich studies the sign from catcher Rutzman. He's ready. And now here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed again, and Eric Cole finds himself behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Eric Cole is from Southlake, Texas, and is batting .325 on the season. Steps in to face Heimlich again. Here's the stretch, and the pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Eric Cole was a 4th-round draft pick in the 2018 MLB draft, and he was drafted by the Royals of Kansas City. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Heimlich to Cole, and that is outside again, same spot, and the count goes to 2-2. Heimlich, entering the World Series, had an ERA of 2.32. However, during the World Series, he has an ERA over 14. So he has struggled in this tournament. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, foul, line drive up the first base side. So Heimlich receives a new baseball. Heimlich actually was not on the roster for the Oregon State Beavers last year when they were in the tournament. He was dealing with some legal issues, and for the time being, they have been resolved. He is a senior from Puyallup, Washington. Here comes the stretch and the windup. The pitch, and that's high and inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So after starting the count 0-2, we've gone all the way. This is a 6-pitch at bat. Eric Cole has 14 home runs and 51 RBIs in his junior season. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball hit to the third baseman Michael Gretler. He's got it. The throw to first to Zach Taylor is in plenty of time, and with that, we have 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Well, if you were to look at an aerial view of TD Ameritrade Park here in Omaha, You would think that this was either a Nebraska Cornhuskers game or this is a heavily favored Arkansas crowd. There is a lot of red in the stands. There are Beaver fans scattered throughout the stadium, so they are here as well, but this is a dominantly Arkansas Razorback crowd. Here's third baseman Casey Martin, the freshman, and he swings and misses at the first pitch for strike one, 0-1 the count. Now, Casey Martin is actually batting very well in this College World Series. He's batting .571. Heimlich, here's a stretch and the pitch. It swung on and missed again. So for the second straight time, the batter has gone to 0-2. Casey Martin is batting .571, which is 8 for 14. He has 6 runs scored and 2 RBIs in this tournament. And here's the kicker. He's only a freshman. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. The ball gets away from Rutzman. He throws to first base in plenty of time for the out. That's 2 outs here for the Arkansas Razorbacks. So Heimlich gets strikeout number 1, coming with the second batter of the game. And here comes Heston Kjerstad, who is the second freshman in the starting lineup. This Arkansas lineup actually has a lot of younger classmen, and it definitely, you would think that they would bode well for the future. Kjerstad is from Amarillo, Texas, and he was the SEC Freshman of the Year this year. Here's Heimlich's pitch, and that is, whoa, it caught the inside corner for a strike. I think Rutzman framed that pitch a little bit. Heimlich is up to 11 pitches. Kjerstad right back in there. Here's the windup and the 0-1 pitch. That's at the knees for a strike. 0-2 the count. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Heimlich, the senior is a senior out of Puyallup, Washington. Not wasting any time. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Again, the ball gets away from Rutzman, but he picks it up and throws to first base in plenty of time for the out. So a couple of strikeouts for Heimlich to start off the ball game. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Arkansas Razorbacks 0 and the Beavers coming up. Welcome back to Omaha at TD Ameritrade Park. We are getting ready to start the bottom of the first inning in Game 1 of the 2018 College World Series Finals. Arkansas went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Luke Heimlich had 2 strikeouts along the way. The starting pitcher for the Razorbacks will be Blaine Knight. And coming into this start, he is 13-0 with an ERA of 2.88, 96 strikeouts with 24 walks. His fastball is in the low 90s and will throw the slider at any time. And he makes his home at Byron, Arkansas as a junior. Now, he will have a tough task ahead of him because these Oregon State Beavers are averaging 9.6 runs per game in this College World Series tournament. Yikes. And that is a team batting average of .351. That is actually the highest team batting average in the College World Series since the tournament moved to Ameritrade Park here in Omaha about 6 years ago. And stepping in to face Knight is Stephen Kwan, a junior from Fremont, California. And he actually is back in the lineup today after sitting out the last game with a hamstring injury. So I'm sure he's happy to be back in the lineup to help the Beavers win their 3rd national championship. The Beavers won the title in 2006 and 2007. Arkansas is trying to win their 1st national championship, and it's the first time they've been in it since 1979. All right, the warm-ups are done. Here is Knight's pitch. That is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. There's a 94-mile-an-hour pitch from Knight. Back on the mound. Gets the sign from Grant Koch behind the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, that is foul up the third base side, and the count is 0-2. Wow, so for the first 4 batters of this game, every batter thus far has started out 0-2. Stevens back in there. Now here is Knight's 0-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Swung on, and that's fouled again on the third base side. Still 0-2. And Knight receives a new baseball. Stephen Kwan was a 5th round draft pick by the Cleveland Indians. There is a lot of draft picks and prospects in this Oregon State lineup. I mean, you don't really get a break with this lineup. Here is the 0-2 pitch on the way. That is inside, and Stephen Kwan has to back away a little bit to avoid that one. Absolutely beautiful day here at TD Ameritrade Park. The wind is blowing out to center field, so perhaps the ball will carry if it goes in that direction. Here's Knight's 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that is the 3rd strikeout of the game and the first for Blaine Knight. Wow, these kids are definitely hacking away at these pitches. You know, I mentioned there could potentially be a adrenaline rush with the first batter, but I would not be a bit surprised if these kids had a bunch of nerves with the way that they are just hacking away at the pitches. And right now, everybody has come up empty, no base runners. Here's shortstop Kanan Grainer, a junior out of Nevada, Henderson, Nevada, excuse me. Knight's pitch on the way is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Greiner is batting .317 with 6 home runs on the season, 45 RBIs, and OBP, of .405. Knight studies the sign. Now he's ready. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch on the way is high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count with 1 out here in the bottom of the first innings. We got 1s across the board. And now here's Greiner, steps back in. Knight studies the sign. Here's the stretch and the pitch. That is low for ball. Oh, it's at the knees. Excuse me, I thought it was a little low, a little late call by Joe West. And the count now is 1-2 on Greiner. Blaine Knight in a little bit of a rhythm compared to Heimlich. He's throwing 8 pitches. And here's the pitch. And that ball is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Koch. And the count now goes to 2-2. Greiner was the 37th pick overall in last year's MLB draft, and he was drafted by the Orioles. Right now the sun is over the batter and the pitcher is in the sun here at Ameritrade Park. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, and did he get it? Oh, he did foul it off. He did foul it off. So the count remains 2-2. So Greiner stays alive. Both Heimlich and Knight have come out in this game attacking the strike zone. Heimlich tried to get some Razorbacks to swing a little bit, but for the most part, both pitchers are attacking the strike zone. Knight studying the signs again. Here's the stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and that's popped up. And it's the second baseman, Carson Shaddy, is called off by Eric Cole. Cole is there and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 outs for the Beavers. Hey fans, the 2019 Highline Bears season is approaching fast. Opening day is Saturday, June 1st at Mel Olson Stadium with the first pitch time of 7:10 p.m. Get your tickets and arrive at the ballpark early for special pregame festivities beginning at 6:45 and watch the Bears take on the Laces Baseball Club. Can't make it to the game? Tune in to ESPN Radio at 6:30 Pacific time for our pregame coverage. For tickets, go to HighlineBears.com. Nick Madrigal is up now against Knight with the bases empty. Here is the pitch. and that is high for ball 1. Madrigal is from Elk Grove, California, was the fourth overall pick in the 2018 MLB draft, and he was drafted by the Chicago White Sox. And he calls time, and decides to step out. Probably wasn't comfortable with something, so now he's back in there. Here comes Knight's pitch on the way to Madrigal, swung on, and that's hit to the shortstop, Jax Biggers. He's got it. The throw to first base is in plenty of time, and that will retire the sides. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We are through the first inning, and it's Arkansas 0, Oregon State 0. Welcome back to Ameritrade Park for Game 1 of this 2018 College World Series Finals. Right now, the Oregon State Beavers and the Arkansas Razorbacks are tied with a scoreless tie here on the top of the second inning. We started with 8, now we're down to 2. And Luke Heimlich will come up now for his second inning of work, and he'll face designated hitter Luke Bonfield. Bonfield steps in. Heimlich enters this inning with 13 pitches under his belt. Here comes the pitch, and that's just a little bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Bonfield is a junior from Skillman, New Jersey, and he was the 21st round pick in the 2014 MLB draft. Here comes the pitch, and that is at the knees for a strike, 1-1. And he was drafted by the New York Mets. We are in the top of the second, no score. Heimlich pitched a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first with 2 strikeouts. Here's the stretch and the 1-1. Swung on, foul ball up the first base side. And the count now goes to 1-2. Well, we started with 8 teams. Oregon State was able to fend off Mississippi State, North Carolina, and Washington to win bracket number 1. As Heimlich is studying the signs and ready, here's the pitch on the way. And that is in the dirt for ball 2, a check swing, and Alex Williams at the first base umpire says that Bonfield did not go, so the count goes to 2-2. Arkansas actually advanced relatively quickly. They have only played 2 games in this College World Series thus far. They were able to fend off Florida, Texas Tech, and Texas. Those were the 3 other teams in bracket 2. Here comes the 2-2 pitch on the way, and that ball is a little outside for ball 3. This is the second full count Heimlich has dealt to Arkansas Razorback. Here comes the 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, Caden Grainer. He gobbles it up and throws to first in plenty of time to get Bonfield. So 1 out here in the second inning. As I was saying, the Arkansas Razorbacks were in bracket 2 of the College World Series, and in that bracket were the defending champion Florida Gators, the number 9 ranked Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the number 13 ranked Texas Longhorns. And Arkansas was able to get out of that heavy bracket to face Oregon State. Here is Dominic Fletcher now, and he takes a pitch from Heimlich that's high and inside for ball 1. Now, Dominic Fletcher is a sophomore and is also batting .571, 8 for 14 in this tournament. Here's the pitch on the way, swung on and missed for strike 1. He has 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. He is from Cypress, California, and he made the 2017 SEC All-Freshman team last season. Here is the 1-1. And that is right. Nice curveball. Wow, that really floated and was able to get in there. A high strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Heimlich is at 22 pitches now. The sun is still over the pitchers, and the batter is in the shade. Here's the pitch on the way, and that's just inside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Coming into this game, Dominic Fletcher is batting .298 with 10 home runs and 49 RBIs. Arkansas looking for their first base runner. Here is the 2-2 pitch from Heimlich. Swung on and foul at the plate. Yep, that's foul at the plate. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Just nicked it. So Heimlich receives the new baseball. And Fletcher is back up there. Rutzman gives the signs to Heimlich. And here's the pitch. That is on the inside corner for strike 3. So make that 3 strikeouts for Heimlich. And that is strikeout looking. So score that as a backwards K if you're keeping score at home. Arkansas comes into this game ranked 5th. Their overall record is 47-19. They were 18-12 in SEC play. Oregon State comes into this game ranked 3rd. They had an overall record of 53-11-1 and a Pac-12 record of 29-1. Up next is Carson Shaddy, and he takes a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Carson Shaddy is a senior and is batting .335 on the season with 13 home runs. And Heimlich is just dialed in right now. Hasn't allowed the base runner, trying to go 1-2-3 again. And here's the next pitch on the way, and that is on the inside corner for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Heimlich's already up to 3 strikeouts. This is the 7th College World Series appearance for Arkansas. And now here is Heimlich's windup and the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. You know, I was talking about how there's a lot of Arkansas fans here. Well, it is a grand total of 7 hours if you were to drive from the University of Arkansas to Omaha. Just 7 hours. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, and that ball is foul. That's going to go foul in the stands of the first base side. In case you were wondering, if you were going to drive from Corvallis, Oregon to Omaha for this tournament, pack several lunches, because it is a 25-hour drive from Corvallis to Omaha. So Arkansas is benefiting in the geographic sense. The 1-2 pitch on the way is fouled at the plate. It was an 82-mile-an-hour pitch from Heimlich, and the count goes to 1-2. So yeah, if you were an Oregon State Beaver fan, probably would recommend flying to the ballpark. Although this is becoming kind of the norm for Oregon State, with them having so many appearances in the last decade or so, about 15 years. Heimlich's ready, and here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. And that's in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2, and Heimlich will receive a new baseball. And you know, it's amazing to me that the average baseball, in an average baseball game, college and professional, lasts a grand total of 5, an average lifespan of 5 pitches. That is insane. And right now Shaddy will call time. And now he'll step back in there. I bring that up because if you were playing baseball when you were a kid, here comes the stretch and the pitch on the way, and that is a foul up the third base side, and the count remains 2-2. If you were playing baseball as a kid and you had 1 ball and it went down in the dirt and got a little nicked up, you would do whatever you could to make that baseball last. And it is just astounding to me how many baseballs that these teams go throughout the course of a game. Here's the pitch on the way. That is just inside. Oh, man, that just missed the inside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. This is a 9-pitch at-bat between Heimlich and Shaddy. Shaddy has 13 home runs on the year. Heimlich's up to 33 pitches. And here is the 3-2 pitch on the way, and that is low for ball 4. So Heimlich walks his first batter. So the first base runner of the game goes to Arkansas. So Shaddy gets a 2-out walk. And it'll be up to first baseman Jarrett Gates, a senior out of Wichita, Kansas, to try to knock him in. He's the 7th hitter in the lineup, batting .252. Well, Heimlich's definitely off to a much better start than he was in the first couple of games in this tournament. He didn't make it through the third in his first 2 starts. But he's dealing with base runners now. Here is the pitch on the way to Gates, and that's swung on and missed for strike 1. Heimlich uses the rosin bag a little bit before gripping the baseball. You got 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and there's no score between the Razorbacks and Beavers. Shaddy gets his lead. And Heimlich's 0-1 pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball is hit to right field, and catching the ball is Trevor Larnach. And he just reaches out and gets the final out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man is left. And we played 1.5. It's the Beavers 0 and the Razorbacks 0. Well, we go to the bottom of the second inning here at Ameritrade Park in Omaha with no score between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Oregon State Beavers. Here is Trevor Larnach, a junior out of Pleasant Hill, California. And now Knight has to deal with the heart of the order. These next 2 batters have been tough outs throughout the season for opposing pitchers. And here's the pitch on the way, swung on, and that ball is hit into right field. It's got a shot to go to the wall, and it will. Larnach is rounding first. Rounding first, heading for second. Up with the ball is Eric Cole. He gets it in, and the Beavers have a lead-off double here in the top of the first inning. So the Beavers are on the board when it comes to the hit total. And he just hit that ball up the first base line and was able to go to the wall. So Trevor Larnach with the leadoff double, the first base hit of the game, and the Oregon faithful are making their presence known here at Ameritrade Park. That'll bring up catcher Adley Rutzman. Rutzman is batting .397 on the season with 8 home runs and 80 RBIs. He's from Sherwood, Oregon, and he's only a sophomore. Knight studying the signs from Koch. And we'll peek over to second base. Now here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's the foul up the third base side. Rutzman, some people are saying he could go as far as the #1 pick in the upcoming MLB draft. Not only is he batting 5th in the lineup, and he's a catcher, but he's also a switch hitter. He's batting from the left during this at-bat. Knight studying the sign from Koch. Taking his time, now he's ready. Checks the runner at second, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Rutzman swung at a ball down in the dirt. So 0-2 the count. I'm trying to remember the last time it was there's been many catchers who have batted for power, but I'm trying to remember a player who was at this caliber as Rutzman. And the 2 players who come to mind, are Pudge Rodriguez and Mike Piazza. Knight taking his time. He's really slowed down ever since that leadoff double. And here is the pitch. Check swing, and he wins for strike 3. So Blaine Knight gets his second strikeout of the game. And that's a big first out after the leadoff double by Larnach. And that'll bring up designated hitter Tyler Malone. Hey fans, Nike is the official sponsor of the 2018 College World Series. They have special College World Series merchandise for sale, including hats, t-shirts, and sweatshirts. For more information on College World Series gear, visit their website at Nike.com. Nike, just do it. So 1 away, a runner on at second base, and here is Malone. Blaine Knight taking his time, taking too much time, and Malone will call time. Malone is from Roseville, California, and his father Todd played for the New York Yankees organization. Knight comes set, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 1. You know, Rutzman and Malone, the last couple of pitches that the Beavers are taking, they're swinging at balls in the dirt. Larnach gets his lead at second. Knight studies the sign. Taking a lot of time between pitches now. And he peeks over at second base. Here is the pitch, and that's outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second, no score between the Razorbacks and Beavers. Larnach hit a double to right field to start off the inning. Always so important to get that leadoff man aboard, whatever inning it is. Knight comes set, and here's the pitch. That is right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Knight's now up to 20 pitches. Malone is batting .284 with 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a .410 OBP. Larnach gets his lead at second base. Koch goes over the signs for Knight behind home plate. And now Knight comes set. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and that ball is a chopper up to the shortstop. Tough play, and Jax Biggers, the shortstop, can't get the throw off. An infield base hit for the Beavers, and now they have runners at the corners with 1 out. A very high chopper, and Biggers, who is playing closer to second, had to come over. By the time he got a grip on the ball, he decided not to throw, and he was off balance. So probably a wise decision not to throw the ball. So now the Beavers are threatening here in the bottom of the first inning to try to break this scoreless tie. And batting next will be third baseman Michael Gretler, the 7th hitter. Well, Knight is in a little bit of a jam. And unlike the first inning, he is really slowing down. Now the shade is covering both the batter and the pitcher. Here's the pitch on the way to Gretler, and that's low and outside for ball 1. Well, we did mention that this OSU lineup has had some pretty big bats in this tournament, and they're starting to flex their muscles here in the bottom of the second inning. Malone at first, and Larnach at third. Knight studies the sign. He's ready. He's set. And here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's a little high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to count. On deck is Kyle Novak for the Oregon State Beavers. And here's where the chess match starts for both teams. Knight is taking a lot of time. Trying to make sure he's going to throw the right pitch. Now he's set. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, and that is lined over the head of Jax Biggers at shortstop. In to score is Larnach, and up with the ball is Dominic Fletcher. He gets the ball in. So an RBI single for Michael Grentler, and the Oregon State Beavers draw first blood in this College World Series Finals, and now lead 1-0. He got a pitch that was low in the way and was able to lift it over the shortstop, Jax Biggers, and the Beavers' rally continues. That's 3 hits in this series in this inning thus far, and they're looking for more. And the Beaver faithful starting to chant OSU from the crowd. And that will bring up Kyle Novak, the number 8 hitter. And he is from Marysville, Washington, batting .303 on the season. Well, Knight, who now has his pitch count up to 24, is now ready. Here comes pitch number 25, and that's swung on fouled off the bat and hits Novak in the leg, not showing any signs of pain. And now we have a mound visit from Grant Koch as they try to get on the same page. Probably a really good move by Koch to try to get Knight to settle down just a little bit as he faces this first threat by the Beavers in the game and the first threat by the Beavers in the tournament. Larnach led off the game with the double to right. Rutzman struck out. Tyler Malone, an infield hit, and Michael Grentler, a single to drive in Larnach for the early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Blaine, here's the set, and the pitch on the way. That is right down the middle for a strike. 0-2 now. Well, if you're Knight, this is the number 8 hitter. So you might as well go after him. And I kept score for a Little League team. That's what the manager would say. Number 8 hitter, number 9 hitter, go after him. Novak swinging the bat around. Now he's ready. Knight studies the sign from Koch. Checks the runners, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So Knight gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning. So both outs have been strikeouts for Knight here in the bottom of the second. He struck out Rutzman earlier, and now fans Novak. So 1 out away from getting out of this jam. However, Oregon State in this tournament has 28 RBIs with 2 outs. So Knight's not out of the woods yet. Here's Zach Taylor now, the number 9 hitter and the first baseman. Knight comes set and the pitch. That is low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Zach Taylor is from Sherwood, Oregon. Comes into this game batting .265 with 2 home runs, 21 RBIs in his junior campaign. Knight studying the side. Wow, Knight has really slowed down this game ever since he allowed that leadoff man to Larnach. Here is the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. In case you're just joining us, the Beavers lead 1-0. And Blaine Knight, who was the 3rd round pick for the Baltimore Orioles in 2018 in the MLB draft, is trying to limit the damage here in the second. Beavers got their run on an RBI single by Michael Grentler. And Knight is taking too much time, so Taylor will call time. And now they step back in. Knight comes set, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. 2 outs. We now see Bucky Beaver looking on over the Oregon State dugout here at Ameritrade Park in Omaha. The sun has gone away now. The majority of the field is in the shade at this moment. There's patches of it in the infield and in the outfield, but for the most part, it is now a shady stadium. Knight comes set. Here's the 1-2. That is on the outside corner for strike 3. So that will be Knight's 4th strikeout. So despite giving up 1 run, Knight strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 2nd. But a little damage done by the Beavers as they grab the lead. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners are left on base. We will head to the top of the 3rd.